Hello, and welcome to today's edition of Activate Albany, which is presented to you by the City of Albany Department of Recreation. So good to see you all again out there. My name is Ron, and I will be your guide throughout your practice today. I want to thank you for sharing your time and your space. And I want to introduce you to Janay. Janay is going to be assisting us in some of the classes, in some of the poses and sequences. She's going to take the class with us. So you may see me do some instruction with Janay. Please follow that instruction because we want to make sure that you are being safe in your practice and that you are listening to your body, okay? So please, always remember to warm up properly before you perform any kind of workout or exercise. Always make sure that the area around you is clear and free. You can move any water bottles, weights, books, whatever you have in the way, so that you can have a nice, clean practice without interruption. And you should always consult your physician before you start any exercise regimen, okay? So, just to be clear, let's make sure that we are listening to ourselves, because again, yoga is about bringing the mind, body, and the breath into the same place at the same time. So what I give you is considered an offering. So you take what you can, you take what you want, and you leave what you don't. So if something that I'm asking you to do is not working for you, then step out of it, back off of it. We'll also do some modifications for you, just to make sure that you have options in terms of your practice. So this is kind of like an all levels vinyasa class. We might be able to step some of the routine up as we go. And if, again, as you start to get winded or if you become a little fatigued, tune back into your breath. Allow your breath to be your guide, okay? So that being said, let's start cultivating our breath. So we're going to come down to our knees, and we're going to go into child's pose, okay? We're going to start this class out in child's pose. So bring your knees down to the mat, spread them mat distance apart, right? Knees wide. You can spread it wider than your mat if you want to and you're comfortable. You're going to sit your hips back towards your heels first, okay? Feel that stretch right here in the quads initially, so sit the hips back. You want your toes untucked. Bring your big toes to touch behind you, okay? Feet touching, yeah, very good, Janay. Sit your hips back, and then start to walk your hands forward and lower your forehead to the mat in between your shoulder blades. You want to make sure that you create enough space for the belly to fall comfortably. And as you lie here in your child's pose, the only thing I want you to do here is to take one deep breath in. Let me take my glasses off. Take one deep breath in and just sigh out through the mouth. So deep breath. And you can hear yourself breathing. You kind of want to hear yourself breathing in this because this is you arriving on your mat. This is you letting go of the day. So deep breath in and out through the mouth. Okay? You should feel your body expanding and contracting with each breath, bringing you to a nice space of comfort and relaxation. You can roll your forehead on the mat from temple to temple. Give yourself a nice little forehead massage here. Deep breath in and out. And start to scan your body in this position, okay? Spread your fingers wide though. You can come to tented fingers, coming up on the fingertips to engage the arms and the shoulders just a little bit more. You'll feel more of that stretch along the scapulae and into your rib cage, or you can just keep it relaxed. And sometimes if you want, you can turn your palms upward to be open, to receive. So deep breath in and out. And take a few more breaths like that as you just start to arrive. And do what feels good for you. Feel like you might want to start to shift the hips a little bit from side to side, kind of rolling them from one knee to the other. Just really starting to feel where there's tension in the body, where you might want to send a little bit more relaxing energy, and then where you feel like you might want to work on cultivating some strength. Okay, so after you've done about 2 or 3 more deep breaths in through the mouth, we're going to now cultivate our Ujjayi breathing. And the Ujjayi breathing is done, we seal the lips, right? You can stay there. Yeah. We seal the lips right? And we take the tongue and we place it, let me just take this off so you can. We take the tongue and place it at the roof of the mouth behind the top two front teeth. And now, your Ujjayi breathing is an ocean sounding breath. It's a victorious breath. It's a breath that's going to bring you back to your practice as you move forward. So the way you do it, seal your lips, deep breath in through the nose, make some noise. And you're going to exhale out through the nose like you're trying to fog up a mirror. So you cause that slight inflection in the back of the throat as if you were trying to fog up the mirror. It's a Darth Vader breath. So deep breath in and out through the nose. And start to feel the difference between breathing with your mouth open and your mouth closed. This is going to be the breath that's going to set your pace. Two more. Deep breath in. Feel the belly expand. Start to set the intention for your practice. And exhale out through the nose. Think about what you would like to try to accomplish here on your mat today. Another deep breath in. And the last one, let it out. And now you're going to come up and shift forward, coming into a tabletop. Bring the knees together underneath. And here's where we start talking about bone stacking. Okay, so this will help you in a lot of your plank poses. It'll help you with some of your chaturangas and your up dogs. Bone stacking is making sure that the shoulder is over the elbow and the elbow is directly over the wrist. And that's what you want. And the way that you can help do that is you're going to rotate your elbows outward so that the eye of the elbow is actually facing away from you. So that way when you go for a chaturanga, you know that your elbows are going to go back and not out, and that's going to support the shoulder. It's going to prevent you from having damage to your rotator cuff later on in life. So you always want to make sure that you get that rotation going, okay? And now the knees, hip, back extension, okay? So you want to make sure that the knees are directly under the hip in your tabletop. And all you're going to do here is you can have your feet tucked, your toes curled or uncurled, whatever's comfortable for you. You're going to dip your belly, take a deep breath in, dip your belly, gaze up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, and all of a sudden you should feel some engagement in your core. And you're going to exhale that out by pressing into the earth and bringing the chin towards the chest, nice and slow. Do that again, inhale up, gazing up at the ceiling. Oh, good. And then exhale out. And there are different variations of this cat-cow movement. If you want to, for your cow, you can actually walk your hands out a little bit further, really get that long extension going in the hip and into the lower abdominals. And then if you want to come back, you can walk the fingers closer to the knees, coming up on the wrist, and really driving the knuckles into the earth, separating the shoulder blades behind you, keeping that chin tucked towards your chest, pulling that belly in. You're engaging your core here. This is a good way to get those ab muscles fired up without doing a single sit-up or crunch. You can do that, either variation which works for you. Let me see which one you're doing today. What's more comfortable for you? Oh,
the second one.
The second one? This one's more comfortable? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can get that really good extension. That's good for the cat. And then we can walk it out for the cow. We're releasing the synovial fluid in the spine, engaging the vertebrae, getting the shoulders nice and loose, nice and loose. And so whatever works. Whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, so now we're going to start to engage our lower body. So we're going to bring our right foot to our right elbow, give it a tap, extend that leg out long, curl to the pinky edge side of the right foot, sit the hips back, lower the head down, and breathe and stretch. And if you need to, you can roll onto the heel of the foot. I like that because that actually engages the inner thighs as well. So you're sitting back, walking the fingers out as far as you can, trying to come as low as you can towards the mat. And then come forward. Woo, all right? And then so you can release it by coming forward, just kind of stepping into the right side of the body. So you're placing your weight on the left side. You're pushing away on the left side, coming into the right, and you should feel a little pinch in your right hip girdle. Breathe right here, and then come back to center. Sit the hips back towards the heel. Bring the head down. Feel that belly engagement. Come forward. Lean to the right. You're loosening up the hips here. You're gonna do some hip work. You'll see soon. We push back one more time. Inhale forward. Over to the right. And if you want more, you can roll to the pinky edge side of the right foot to open up even further. Push even further. If you can come down to your elbow, come down to your elbows. Getting a good stretch. Opening up those hips. And when you're done there, come back. Stack your tabletop. And you do the same thing on the other side. Okay? So we're going to bring the left elbow in. Give it a tap. Extend that leg out long. Plant the foot first. And then start to sit the hips back. And again, if you want, you can roll onto the heel. And you're going to come forward on an inhale. Press away and into the left. Come back. Sit the hips back. Inhale. Exhale forward. Lean to the left. And you got one more. And sit back. And we're going to come forward. And lean into that hip. This helps you with so many other different poses, right? Getting this stability, getting used to this movement. Because we'll see you can start to then press your weight forward. And I'll teach you about flying. Would you like to fly? No?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, so then we bring the hips back. All right? And just give yourself a little rotation there. Make yourself comfortable. Okay? And now from here, you're going to tuck your toes. Press into the earth. Lift the knees up a little bit. Just hold it for a count of 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower them down. Now we're going to start to build some heat. Press into the earth again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let them down. Last time, because third time's a charm, press into it. 1, 2, 3. Pull that belly in. 4. Grab those abs. 5. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. This is your first down dog of the day. Or it might be your 100. So either or, start to pedal out your feet here. Bend one knee, then the other. Just get nice and loose, nice and loose. Feel the shoulders. You might even want to step the fingers out a little wider if you want to. Maybe you need a wider down dog. And notice that your heels do not have to touch the earth. In fact, if your heels do touch the earth, maybe you want to widen out your down dog to make it a little bit more challenging for you. But you are listening to your body, giving your body what it needs. Me, I like this particular down dog because it gets into my calves, right? I get my hips up high, really kind of try to stick your booty back towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Okay? And now, from here, if you have the extended down dog, walk your feet back onto your mat. If you were already here, you're going to roll out into a plank pose. Hold your plank. Here we go. Now we're going to build some heat. Hold the plank. Make sure that you are a nice, straight, long line of energy. One line of energy. Whew, what is your name? Okay. And now when you're finished with that, bring your knees down. Untuck your toes. Lower all the way down. Roll the shoulders back. Make sure that your fingertips are underneath your shoulders. Not out here, not back here. Underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Press up. Engage your back body. Coming into cobra. That's all you want. You don't have to go up too high, but you want to make sure that you're just using your back body muscles and not your hands. How do you know? Because if you pick your hands up, you shouldn't move. That's just your back body. Lower down, exhale, inhale up again for cobra. Now we're loosening up the body. Lower down, one more. Inhale in, hold it at the top, and exhale out. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, press up, push back, downward facing dog. Okay, so I'm going to have Janay demo another way to get up from the floor if you're not comfortable doing the straight push-up from the plank position. Okay, but over time, as you work your upper body strength, you will be able to do that. So what Janay's going to do is she's going to roll her shoulders back, slowly start to come up, press into the earth. She's going to come to her knees. She's going to tuck her toes, and then tuck her toes, and then she's going to press into the earth and lift her knees up off the mat.
I'm too far back on this. Hold on.
That's fine. See, that's for the stacking right there. Yeah. Press into the earth. There you go. Lift up. And now she's in her down dog. Okay? And now, now that we're in our down dog position, we're going to start. I'm going to give you the basic Surya A Namaskar flow. Okay? So, from your down dog, you're going to elevate your right leg coming into Tripada Adho Mukha Shavasana. Lift that right leg up. Good. And now you're going to bring your right knee to your right elbow, give it a tap. Right knee, right elbow, give it a tap. There you go. Kick it back. And then we're going to go right knee, right wrist, give it a tap. Good. Kick it back. Now we're going to twist. Right knee, left elbow, give it a tap. Good. Kick it back. Right knee, left wrist, give it a tap. Great. Now, gaze in between your left and right finger, your left and right thumb, and step your right foot forward. You're going to rise up, coming into Crescent Lunge. On the ball of the back foot. You are on the ball of your back foot. Toes curled, right? Holding that position. Make sure that you're able to maintain your balance, and you may need to widen out your knees. The knee from this position naturally wants to turn inside, but you don't want it to do that. You want to keep the engagement here. So, you're sitting the hips down, arms come up, Crescent Lunge. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Bring the hands down to heart center. And lean forward, create space, pull the belly in. Again, bring the left elbow now, because we did the knee to elbow. So now we're upright, we're going to go the other way. We're going to bring the elbow to the knee. So you're going to twist, turn the body, bring that elbow down to that knee. Into a rotated crescent lunge. Those of you that have been practicing for a while, you can open up the arms for more rotation. Make sure you're breathing. Or, if you want, you can bring the elbows back together, bounce off that back foot, lift up that left foot, and coming into twisted lunge.
You got it. How you do it?
Okay. I'm going to show you. All right, so now, come back to crescent lunge, right? Bend your front knee. And again, the bone stacking. Okay, see how her knee is over her ankle? We don't want that. Bring the knee back. We want it perfect 45-degree angle. If your knee extends too far, then you could be doing damage to your ankle or to your knee joint. So make sure that you keep, even if it means you got to come up a little higher, that's okay. I'd rather you come up higher than to be too low and cause that kind of damage, okay? So good. Now, from that position, maybe you need to step your foot out a little further, your back foot. Step your back foot out further. Nope. To the left, more to the left. For balance. Feel more stable there. Find where the stability is. Find your stability. You want to try and get both hips pointed forward though. Can you point both hips forward? Yeah? Okay. There you go. Maybe you need to bend the knee or bring the foot back a little bit more. Good. Bring the foot back. One more step. Good. Now bend the knee. Are you more stable?
Yeah.
Feel stronger? Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Okay. Get that spacing. Pull the belly in first. Lean forward. Create the space. Turn. Turn the body first. Then place the knee. Okay? Good. Now, from here, I want you to start to shift more of your weight forward. Get lighter on your back foot. Come to the toes of your back foot. Good. The ball of your back foot. That's okay. And now, well, you gotta keep your back straight.
I know. I can't.
That's okay. Keep the back straight. From here, lean forward. Start to lift up slowly. That back foot. Engage it. Point the toes.
Oh.
Okay. So that's a quick twisted lunge. So after you've done that, we're going to come back to our crescent lunge. We're going to open up. We're going to continue our flow. So we're going to bring our hands down to that center. Bring that right foot back. Now here, you can keep the right foot lifted or you can lower it down. But if you keep it lifted, shift forward into your plank position. Now you can do the knees down, lie down cobra as we did before, or you can step it up for your chaturanga. Remember, chaturanga, elbows pointed forward, lower down. Untuck the toes, press up, upward facing dog, shift back, downward facing dog.
You lost me.
Okay, we're gonna find you. All right, so you are in your chaturanga, you were in your lunge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you came out of the lunge, hands go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bring that right foot back. There you go. Now, you can bring the right foot down and just do knees down, lie down cobra, like we did. Or, if you want, keep that right foot lifted, push forward on that back foot. Lower those arms for chaturanga. Then lower the foot.
Right.
Press up, upward facing dog, press back, down facing dog. Want to try it again?
Sure.
All right.
Oh. Right here.
Yeah. This is a Syria A namaskar. You will see this in every yoga, well, every vinyasa class, not every, but like there are other forms of yoga. But you'll see this in your vinyasa class. This is stage one, this is step one. Your first flow, your introductory flow. So, yep, you're good. Do your twist. Okay, good. You don't have to do the balance. Come out, go back into your crescent lunge. Come up, right? Come down, plant the hands down. Good, swing that foot out. Now, bring that, there you go, bring that right leg out. All the way back. Good. Engage the glute. Can you get a little higher? There you go. Now, you're going to do knees down, lie down, you're going to do a chaturanga.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay, so then roll forward to your plank position. Bring the foot down. Stay in your plank position. Keep that belly engaged. Lower your hips a little bit. There you go. Now, lower the knees. Lower the chest. Untuck the toes. Keep the elbows in. The elbows got to be close to the bottom. So that when you roll up, they're not in the way. So you roll up, and then roll down. You come back up, and you are back in your downward facing dog. And we do the same thing on the left side. So the left leg comes back, okay? Gonna bring that left knee, left elbow, gonna give it a tap. Kick it back. Left knee gonna come to the left wrist. Give it a tap. Kick it back. Now we reverse it. Left knee, right elbow. Give it a tap. Kick it back. Left knee, right wrist. Tap. Kick it back. Look at the space in between your thumbs. Step your left foot there. Rise up, Crescent Lunge. Bring your hands together, heart center, and we twist. You gotta engage the intercostal muscles of the ribs. We're gonna turn that entire upper torso to place this elbow on the outside of that knee. Bring the hands together, heart center. Try to keep them in the middle of the chest. Okay? Make sure that you are on the ball. Show you from that. You're on the ball of your supporting leg. But this is your lever. This leg is your lever. Like you can do so many things once you push off from here. This is your push-off plane, right? You could go, woo, look at me. I'm in half moon. Woo, I'm in poet's pose. Woo, and I'm back to my crescent lunge. Lots of things. So those of you who've been practicing for a while, you can actually add those on, okay? People who are new to the practice, we are going to continue what we were doing. Okay, so now, we come out of our twist. We're going to plant our hands down. This time it's the left foot. We're going to swing that left foot back. And we're going to go to our flow. Cleansing the body. You can do the knees down, lie down. Two-legged chaturanga. One-legged chaturanga. Press up. Push back. Downward facing dog. Okay? And now you're here. And you're down dog. And now that you can do 2 or 3 times to really build some heat, get the body warm. Want to try it a couple more times?
Sure.
Just that one? Okay, let me see.
Whichever one.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, so you're in down dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to instruct you. So, shift
Is
forward
my
to...
number door like too open? Like I feel like, I don't know.
You feel like you're too far apart from yourself?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, spread your feet a little wider. Spread your feet a little wider. Give yourself more of a base. Good. How does that feel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you want to, you can spread your hands wider as well. But you just want to be in an inverted V shape. That's what your down dog is, an inverted V. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were to roll out into a plank, can you do it from there? Let me see you roll out into a plank. See, this is how you can tell. Because when you roll out into your plank, you shouldn't have to move. If you have to move from your down dog, then you have to readjust. So for Janay, she was here. So when she rolled out to her plank, if she kept going, she might fall on her face.
Right.
So create more space for yourself. So to answer your question, you just answered your own question.
Right.
Yeah. So that's fine. Are you comfortable there? All right, now let's see you roll out into a plank. Nice. Ooh, good. Just good.
I think.
Good. No, we're just gonna work on the arm strength so you can hold
Yeah.
the position. We can work on that. All right, so here we are. We are in our down dog, okay? And like I said, you can do that same movement again, but now I'm gonna take you to warrior 2. So right leg comes up. Bring that right knee in towards the chest. Try to bring that right knee to the nose. Curl the body. Curl, 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 curl. Tight, tight, tight. Step forward. Lower that back knee down, or that back ankle down. This is your warrior 1 position. Looks almost like the crescent moon, but the difference is your back foot is firmly planted. Firmly planted. Okay? You can roll to the pinky edge side of that foot for stability, balance, and all of a sudden, when you do that, you'll feel your butt muscle engage. You're like, how did that happen? What's going on with my hip? Do you feel that, Janay?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So, bend the knee. We are in warrior 1. Okay? Ugh. You can lean forward with your warrior 1. Bring your hands together behind you. Clasp the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Open up the chest. Open-hearted warrior. And now from here, lead with the chest. Come down into humble warrior. Keeping the belly pulled in, everything engaged. Release the hands, plant them down, step back, and take your flow.
Split.
And if you want, you can do push-ups from your Chaturanga position. I usually do about 3 or 5. Now that last one, press up, push back, and we're back in our down dog. You're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So that left leg comes up and back, really engage the glute, back muscles engage, bring that knee in towards the chest, bring it in towards the nose, try to curl, see if you can touch your knee to your nose, look at your fingers, step that foot forward, lower that right ankle down, that right heel down, turn, forward, 2 heels, chest, everything facing forward, 2 headlights, okay? This is your warrior 1 position. Take some breaths in here, deep breaths, lower the hands down, frame the foot, bring the foot out, 3-legged down dog, take your flow. Up dog, press back, down facing dog. Now, from here, walk your feet towards your hands and hang in your rag dog. You can bend the knees. You want to sit the belly on the thighs, get the lower abs engaged. We're going to do Hastasana. You're going to take your index and your middle finger, your thumb, wrap them around your big toe. Get a nice gauge, nice little lock going. Take a deep breath in, side out, and try to bring your upper body as close to your lower body as possible. Start to bend the elbows and work to get your head to your knees. If you need to, you can bend your knees if you have to. You're just kind of hanging out here, stretching the spine in opposite directions. Let me see, Janay. Grab your toes, bend your knees a little bit, because I see you're a hyperextender. Your knees go back, way back. All right, so bend your knees, try to see if you can get your head to your knees. How's that feel? Ooh, look at you, yeah! Good job. Okay, then you release, and we roll all the way up. Ardha Hastasana, hands come through heart center, close the eyes, catch your breath, set an intention, and relax those shoulders away from the ears, keep that belly engaged, and now we open up again, and this time we're going to sit down into our chair. So, bend the knees, shoot the hips back, pull the belly in, arms come up. Try to get the elbows behind the ears if you can. Feet together if you have to. Some people like to keep their feet apart. Me, I like my feet together because it gives me more movement. So whatever you're comfortable with, sitting in a chair, make sure your weight is back on your heels. Let's see. Nice. Good chair. Okay? Then we release into a forward fold. So fold forward. Bend down, plant your hands down. Now you can do a couple of things here. You can step back, you can hop back, or you can crow back. Those of you who know crow understand what I'm talking about. So, Janay, you want to try a crow, or you want to? Let's see. I bet you she can do a crow. I bet you she can. All right. So Janay, here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
All right. Stand up. Catch your breath. Okay. So from crow is bringing the knees to the elbows, right? Planting the hands down, coming up on the toes, kind of shifting the weight forward to where you feel comfortable. And then you get one foot up, then you get the other foot up.
No, I can't hold my weight yet.
Let's see. Well, first, how high up can you get your knees? Okay, bring your knees a little closer in. Right.
Right? So my knees should be on the outside or the inside?
No, your knees should be towards the back of your arms. So, like, if you can get your knees on your elbows, like that, can you do that? So you might have to sit your hips up a little bit. Right. Find a position. Get comfortable. Try this. And you guys at home, try this too. Just start rocking back and forth a little bit from this position. Just to get the comfort zone going. Okay? Because you're going to have to really, really pull your core in. You've got to really, really pull it in. Okay? Plant the hands. One foot comes up. Other foot comes up. And set back down. Try that. Come back again. One foot. Other foot. Set it down. So you're squeezing. You're squeezing your knees. Good job. Nice. Good job. Squeezing the knees into the elbows gives you balance, helps you with the stability. That's where all the bone stacking stuff comes in. That was important. So, last vinyasa was if we were to crow back. Legs go back. Press up. Kick back. Down facing dog. So you can do any of those two sequences as often as you like. As you get yourself nice and comfortable with the movements and feeling your strength and building strength and flexibility in the practice. Okay, and so that concludes today's session of Activate Albany. I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank Janay for coming. And I want you to make sure you stay tuned for our next course, our next workshop, where we'll work on some other poses and sequences. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay active, Albany. Namaste.